Hey, what is happening? Impact Wrestling fans, welcome to the Robert Does Wrestling YouTube channel. I hope you are doing well. And today we got a show to talk about. Impact Wrestling from April 5, 2018. So the show opened up with Walking Armageddon, Bobby Lashley coming down the ring and making the claim that when Brian Cage was able to beat him last week, it was a fluke, but now he wants to face Brian Cage once again, and his wishes were granted. The Machine Brian Cage versus Walking Armageddon Bobby Lashley was the first match during this episode of Impact. However, the results were the same. Brian Cage defeated Lashley. Last week, he did it with the discus lariat. This week, he went big and decided to hit the drill claw on Bobby Lashley. This was Bobby Lashley's final match with Impact Wrestling as he decided to return once again with World Wrestling Entertainment. Next, we got Allie calling out Su Yung. When I heard this going back to back, the first thing that came to my mind was, is this open fight night? What the hell? However, this concept actually was good. Su Yung ended up answering the call, and we got the second match of the night. Allie versus Su Yung. Allie was able to defeat Su Yung, but this time around via DQ because Su Yung decided to use a kendo stick. Also, Braxton Sutter was part of the match, and he did some shenanigans with Allie. Next, we got Rosemary challenging Taya to a Demon's Dance match. Next week on Impact Wrestling, that is gonna be a no DQ type of match, and obviously I'm looking forward to it. Next, we got Josh Mathews challenging Petey Williams to a wrestling match. That should be hilarious, and that match is gonna be happening next week. Next, we got the weird type of angle of the episode. We got KM tricking Richard Justice that he had like a match. However, he decided to make a couple of fat jokes, and obviously Falaba got triggered, and he decided to go and defend his friend. And then the cult of Lee decided to get involved. I don't know why. And then later Tyrus decided to even the score. So Impact Wrestling, it has decided to go with a fat shaming angle. However, to be honest, I don't think that type of angle would resonate with their audience. The Impact Wrestling audience are either over 40 or people who are not PC, not politically correct. They don't care about virtue points and having good boy brownie points or anything like that. So I truly don't think that is gonna work. It comes across like, hey, look at us, we're the good guys, we don't make fun of fat people. Please have some applause for us. Next, we got Taiji Ishimori versus Johnny Impact. This was a showcase match, very, very athletic. Obviously, you knew that Johnny Impact was gonna win the match. And after the match, Kongo and Jimmy Jacobs show up to, fuck around with Johnny Impact. And he did like a tope over the top on top of Kongo. However, Kongo took like a bump really hard into the steel type of ramp on the back of his head. That must have hurt. And this is the build up to their match that probably is gonna be happening at Redemption. Kongo versus Johnny Impact. Next, we got LAX in their clubhouse talking about the state of tag team in Impact Wrestling, and they may the statement that they don't care if Eli Drake or Moose ended up having the case for the titles that they own. Next, we got Austin Aries and Alberto el Patron, and they ended up having like a video package and some stuff for their match for redemption. However, that match got thrown out because Alberto el Patron got fired because he didn't show up at the Lucha Underground versus Impact Wrestling show. There are a couple of videos of him drunk running around the internet that day.
A ver, tú me vas a aclarar. ¿Para qué me traes al hermano ese tuyo? ¿Qué? A ver, ¿qué carajo? ¿De qué se trata?
Yo nunca he visto miedo.
No.
Cuando vi mi hermano anoche.
So we got now a new main event from Redemption. Pentagon Jr. versus Phoenix versus Austin Aries. Hopefully it is a good match and they are able to make it up. Next we got the main event. Case versus Case. Moose versus Eli Drake. They are putting the tag team shot versus the world title shot. However, during this match, who by the way was quite entertaining, OBE decided to show up to attack Moose because Moose is friends with Eddie Edwards. Also, Eddie Edwards show up to make the same save. Eli Drake took advantage of that and he was able to pin Moose to win his world title shot and retain his tag team show. So this was quite a sight to see. He was cocky as hell and he played the cat character quite good on television. So that interference by Sami Callihan ended up setting a match for next week episode of Impact, Moose versus Sami Callihan. As my overall thoughts for this show, this was an average show. The only thing that was out of the ordinary was the fat shaming angle, which obviously I'm looking forward for it, but I don't have any hope at all that it is gonna get over with the right people, that is your homegrown audience, without sounding like some begging for big beer to kind of stuff. This is all I have to say for this episode of Impact Wrestling, and I see you next time.